Sports Trust acts as an implementation partner to its trustees, stakeholders, and corporate donors. It distributes sporting equipment, kit, and installs sports facilities in rural or historically disadvantaged communities in South Africa across all sporting codes for both abled and disabled sports. Gauteng Premier David Makura launched the second installment of the Premier Social Cohesion Games under the theme Unity in Diversity. The Games are an initiative of the provincial government, the Hellenic, Italian and Portuguese Alliance and the Macau Group and are aimed at promoting social cohesion, nation building and mobilizing citizens and communities against racism and xenophobia in the Gauteng province.
We are delighted today to be the host of the Social Cohesion Games. These are the games that are being initiated by the Gauteng provincial government under the Premier's office. Their major objective is to ensure that as different nations within Africa, we coexist. You will remember that at some point in our country, we had a problem of xenophobia where there were attacks of foreigners who are existing with us in our country. So we saw it fit that we should be hosting these particular games. We want to say that this is but part of the event. It's not necessarily the end of the events. From here on, we're taking a campaign to our communities to educate, create awareness in our communities that we all are Africans and therefore we can coexist. This is the most simplest way to do it, and through sports. That's the best way to do it.
The majority of our people, they are able to come together through sports. So that's why we saw it befitting that let's use sports as one of those vehicles that can help us to build our nation. Let's use sports to prove to even those doubting Thomases who don't believe that we can live harmoniously together, that using sports it can actually make all of us to come together and be a good example to even younger generation or those that are coming up to see that through sports we can come together and be able to celebrate our originality and be able to celebrate that we are one nation irrespective of your color, race, sex and creed.
It's been running for several years, but it's for the first time that it's coming to the West Rand in this particular municipality. Hence, we're saying we want to thank the Premier for hosting this for us. Later on, we will be having the Premier also participating. I would be participating, other leaders will also be participating. For us, this is the big initiative.
The Games have attracted almost 4,000 participants, including players over 35 years from diverse races, denominations and nationalities, playing 7-a-side social football from across 11 regions in Gauteng.
This is basically about unity and bringing together different nations. Last year it was basically about social cohesion between all the different countries. And this year it's basically even to fight against racism. So I mean it's going for a good cause and it's going forward. Sports brings people together. So it's a big cause to basically prove and put a message across. So it's definitely helping us in that.
I just think number one is to unite all the players, and as you have witnessed with local players, former players, and with international players, the likes of Kalusha Balas, Sashi Chalwe, and all the players from the other African countries. I think it's a good initiative that will help in uniting Africa. Obviously, football and this social cohesion initiative is one way that we can use to unite Africa. Obviously, football it's a good way to unite people.
This year has been amazing because we had women's football as well as netball, but the most beautiful of it was the Gogos who played. It was the final of the Gogos was Soweto versus Sidibeng, and Soweto won the game. There was a lot of entertainment with the legends. The last two games were just about people who used to be football stars of yesteryear, and many of them entertained the people here in the West Rand in Mutlakeng at Ace Cruiser Stadium.
We know that in South Africa, past few years, there were some challenging situations that we went across. And I think this initiative taken by the Premier of Gauteng, who want all Africans to come together, to work as one people. We're very happy to be part of it as the African Diaspora Forum, and for the game to be growing is a very encouraging thing. Today, all the faces that we are seeing here, the players, the legends who are coming to support this game is very significant for us to foster social cohesion. I was very happy to see faces like Kalusha Bwalia, faces which are coming from other countries now to support this game. I think it's just encouraging, and I think we should build on it, make sure that 2019 is even bigger.
Not to be outdone, other entertaining matches that were played on the day was the Gogos match, where two senior citizens female teams fought it out. Watching the Gogos was enough to keep everyone on their feet, because they may be senior citizens, but their fitness was out of this world.
Games are good, especially for our senior citizens, because we go out of our way for your own good, for your health at the same time. So far, as for me, I'm not even on any tablets, on any medication. Right now I'm 63. I'm not on any medication, and I won't give any social cohesion games for anything.
For a change, they can make it as a football players. See, to go Premier, we've been here with Soweto for more than 3 years now. It's Soweto senior citizen. I would like to thank my goal scorer. As a captain, we are going to do more.
You know, we are doing this for our health sake, because we are trying to keep fit, so that we retain fit and we live a long life. Because now we cannot sit and knit, because this knitting causes arthritis, causes delay, laziness and everything. So we feel that we need to be flexible. Activity is the most important thing. Because once you are active, if you run, like what he said, I'm also an athlete. I run marathon, I run all these things, the races. Like now, I've already registered for Soweto. Because once you are active, sugar, high blood pressure get in control. Unlike sitting, then you'll sit there and knit and end up taking extra tablets and everything. So at the end of the day, we are also assisting government. So we're assisting the government not to spend more on medication, like blood pressure and everything. So we are seldom going to the clinics.
This initiative shows that in South Africa, sports continues to bring people from different backgrounds together. It continues to enhance transformation efforts that work hand in hand with social cohesion to create the country we all dream of living in.
As Africa, we are one thing. Our mother fought for us to be united country. So we're showing peace. We're showing everyone that South Africa is a country of peace, is a country of love. We are united here as an example of peace, example of unity. We say no to xenophobia.
Before he went back to Kaizer Chiefs, his father, Kim Kuman, he's the one here. Take a photo.
Even in the Freedom Charter, it's there that says South Africa belongs to all who live in it, black and white. Let's take a leaf out of what the Freedom Charter indicated. Let's take a leaf from the constitution of the country that says, we the people, irrespective of our color, together we are one nation.
The Sports Trust, together with its donors, are committed to bringing about transformation in sport and providing sustainable opportunities through sport for the learners, teachers, community leaders and coaches. We thank our donors, Hellenic, Italian and Portuguese Alliance, Macau Group and the Gauteng MSc for Sport, Recreation, Arts and Culture for their continued support so that we can create a better future in sport. Join us at these Sports Trust events. The Sports Trust Community Cycle in the Western Cape will be at the Doorns Boerland at Orchards Primary School for Youth Day on the 16th of June. The Beacon Hill Community Cycle Race will take place on Sunday the 23rd of September in celebration of Heritage Day. The final community cycle takes place in Piketberg at Stainville High School on the 7th of October. The Sports Trust Corporate Quiz Challenge takes place on Thursday the 25th of October at the Theatre on the Track in Johannesburg. This year's theme is Superheroes, the comic book characters. Enter your corporate teams to test your sports knowledge whilst raising funds for sports development. Finally, this year's Sports Trust Golf Challenge is on the 12th of November at the Sun City Gary Player Country Club. An exceptional opportunity to rub shoulders with golf's pros under the theme, it all starts with an appetite to make a difference. To book, contact our office in Johannesburg on 011-802-1818 or visit our website, thesportstrust.co.za/events. The Sports Trust acts as an implementation partner to its trustees, stakeholders and corporate donors. It distributes sporting equipment, kit and installs sports facilities in rural or historically disadvantaged communities in South Africa across all sporting codes for both abled and disabled sports.